The sun sets behind the rolling hills of Italy, casting a warm, golden light over the river Tiber. In the distance, a small village stands at the foot of a hill. This is where a legend is about to begin. A legend that would rise, grow, and eventually crumble to dust. It is the story of Rome, a city that would rule the world, leaving an indelible mark on history, art, politics, and war. But before the grandeur, the power, and the triumphs, it was nothing but a humble beginning. In the beginning, there was nothing but wild lands and untamed rivers, and from that chaos emerged a dream of civilization, of power, of empire. The story of Rome begins not in history, but in myth, with two brothers, Romulus and Remus, born of divine lineage and raised by a she-wolf along the banks of the Tiber River. Legends tell that they were destined to found a city, but it was a city born from conflict, as every great empire is. Rome, from the very beginning, was a city of struggle, but it was in struggle that its foundations were laid, a city forged by the will of gods and men alike. Rome's greatness in time was built upon the backs of its emperors. The emperors who once served Rome began to serve only themselves. Ambition and greed spread like wildfire in the halls of power. As the empire spread further, the mighty legions that once conquered the world were stretched thin, guarding far-flung borders. From the north came the barbarian tribes, Goths, Vandals, Huns, forces that had long been waiting at the gates of Rome. The legions that once protected the empire were now too few, too divided to defend it. The fall came swiftly. The gates of Rome, once thought to be impregnable, were breached. The city that had ruled the known world now found itself crumbling, its once proud walls shattered. The fires of war lit up the sky as the invaders surged forward, and the once mighty legions of Rome fell back, helpless to stop them. The fall of Rome was not just the fall of a city, but the fall of an idea, a vision of power, of glory, of civilization. The empire fractured, and Rome, once the heart of the world, was reduced to ruins. Its buildings, its temples, its statues, all that remained were empty echoes, haunting reminders of what once was. But even as Rome fell, its legacy lived on. The roads it built, the laws it established, the very culture it spread, it all remained. Rome may have fallen, but its spirit did not die. For the Romans had left something behind, a lesson that even the greatest empires, no matter how mighty, will one day fall. But their ideas, their values, their vision, those will endure. The rise and fall of Rome is a tale written in the pages of history, but also etched in the hearts of those who came after. The rise of Rome was not the triumph of one emperor, one city, or one legion. It was the triumph of an idea, that the will of the people could shape the world. But in its fall, Rome reminds us of our fragility, that no empire, no matter how grand, is invincible. And so the story of Rome continues, not in the ruins of a fallen empire, but in the lessons it leaves behind. The rise and fall of Rome is a tale not just of victory, but of humility. For in its glory and in its fall, we are reminded that empires rise and empires fall, but the story they leave behind never truly ends.